So people always ask me what to look for in an animal communicator. And one thing I always say is just make sure it's someone you trust and that you like. That's huge, right? Chemistry is everything. But the reason I say this all the time, I'm going to give you an example. So I did a couple of sessions this week and it got pretty personal, and as a lot of sessions do. And I just feel like if you're going to be if someone's like really in your business, you want to make sure that you're comfortable with them. Truly. I did a session this week. I think it was with a cat. No, it was 2 weeks ago with a cat. And I had to say to this woman, okay, your cat wants to talk about the pregnancy loss. Did you lose a pregnancy? Like, can you imagine how it feels to ask someone that who probably just wants to know if their cat is happy on the other side? She's like, no, I didn't, but my sister did. And she lives next door. It's like, okay. So there was a bit of a message around that from the cat. And then I did a session a couple of days ago where this animal, again, I can't even remember if it was a dog or a cat, said, mom is having female issues. And I was like, well, okay, well, I get cramps. And the animal's like, nope, it's more than that. It was a cat. It's more than that. Like, and I was seeing like, I was getting endometriosis or like a hysterectomy or something like that. And then mom came out and told me what her female issues were and what was going on with the doctor and everything. But those are always unexpected. I think unless you watch a lot of my videos, people who just book a session and don't know always find those a little bit startling and they're unexpected. But that's an example of why I tell you to book with an animal communicator that you feel some rapport with or you feel comfortable with, because the conversations many times go in that direction a lot. And sometimes the animals are like, no, we're not moving on until we discuss this. And it's like therapy sometimes. And it's, I don't know, it's funny. And mostly I work with super cool, open people. But once in a while, I can just tell someone's on the brink of being offended. And all I do is just relay the message. I'm just a channel. That's it. But I was just thinking about that. I was just driving and thinking about, like, this is why I always tell people in my lives and all of that, like, oh, when I find an animal communicator, what should I look for? And that's the biggest thing. Chemistry and trust.